Rivers are the lifeblood of our planet. They carve their way through landscapes, creating pathways that sustain life in countless forms. They are essential for life, providing water that nourishes plants and animals alike. Rivers support a vast array of plants and animals, creating rich ecosystems that thrive along their banks. They provide us with drinking water, a resource that is vital for human survival and well-being. Rivers are also crucial for agriculture and transportation, enabling the growth of crops and the movement of goods. Rivers transport nutrients and sediment, a process that nourishes ecosystems and supports biodiversity. Rivers also play a vital role in the carbon cycle, helping to regulate the Earth's climate by carrying carbon from the land to the oceans. They carry carbon from the land to the oceans, a crucial function in maintaining the balance of our planet's atmosphere. This helps regulate Earth's climate, ensuring that our planet remains habitable for all forms of life. The flow of a river creates diverse habitats, from tranquil pools to rushing rapids, each supporting different species. These habitats support a wide variety of species, from fish and amphibians to birds and mammals. Fish rely on rivers for spawning and migration, traveling great distances to complete their life cycles. Birds depend on rivers for food and nesting sites. Rivers connect different ecosystems, forming a complex web of life. They form a complex web of life, linking forests, wetlands, and oceans in a continuous cycle of water and nutrients. Rivers are essential for the health of our planet, supporting ecosystems and human communities alike. Their protection and restoration are crucial for our well-being and the well-being of future generations. By safeguarding our rivers, we ensure a sustainable future for all. Rivers flow downhill due to gravity. Water always seeks the lowest point. The shape of the land determines the direction of river flow. This is called topography. Mountains and hills form the headwaters of rivers. Rain and snowmelt collect in these high elevations. The water flows downhill, forming streams and rivers. Rivers flow from higher elevations to lower elevations. They eventually reach the ocean or a lake. The journey of a river can be long and winding. The flow of a river is constantly changing. Rainfall, snowmelt, and evaporation all affect the amount of water in a river. The flow of a river can also be affected by human activities such as dams and irrigation. There is a common misconception that most rivers flow from north to south. This is not true. Rivers flow in all directions. The direction of river flow is determined by the topography of the land, not by cardinal directions. For example, the Nile River flows north. It flows from the mountains of Central Africa to the Mediterranean Sea. The Amazon River flows east. It flows from the Andes Mountains to the Atlantic Ocean. The direction of river flow is important. It affects the distribution of plants and animals. It also affects human settlements and activities. Understanding the factors that determine river flow is essential for managing water resources and protecting ecosystems. Let's imagine a world where all rivers flow in one direction. Picture every river from the Amazon to the Nile moving uniformly towards a single destination. This scenario, while fascinating, would have far-reaching consequences for our planet. This would have a profound impact on our planet. It would disrupt ecosystems, alter weather patterns, and reshape continents. The delicate balance of nature would be thrown into chaos, affecting every living organism. If all rivers flowed in one direction, one side of the planet would receive all the fresh water. This would lead to an abundance of water resources in some regions, creating lush, fertile lands. The other side would become a barren desert. Without the life-giving flow of rivers, these areas would dry up, leading to severe droughts and uninhabitable conditions. This would have devastating consequences for life on Earth. Plants and animals that rely on fresh water would struggle to survive, leading to a loss of biodiversity. The flow of rivers drives ocean currents. These currents are crucial for regulating the Earth's climate by distributing heat around the planet. These currents distribute heat around the planet. They play a vital role in maintaining the temperature balance, ensuring that no part of the world becomes too hot or too cold. If all rivers flowed in one direction, ocean currents would be disrupted. This would lead to unpredictable changes in climate, affecting weather patterns globally. This would lead to extreme weather events and climate change. Hurricanes, storms, and other natural disasters would become more frequent and severe. The erosion and deposition of sediment by rivers shape continents. Rivers carve out valleys, create deltas, and transport nutrients essential for life. If all rivers flowed in one direction, continents would erode on one side and grow on the other. This imbalance would lead to dramatic changes in the landscape. Over millions of years, this would drastically alter the shape of our planet. The world as we know it would be unrecognizable, with new landforms and ecosystems emerging from the chaos. Section 5. Ecological upheaval. A cascade of consequences. In this section, we delve into the profound impacts that altering the natural flow of rivers can have on our environment. In our hypothetical scenario, the ecological consequences would be catastrophic. The drying up of rivers would lead to the death of countless aquatic species, leaving behind barren landscapes. Ecosystems rely on the natural flow of water. Rivers are the lifeblood of many habitats, providing essential resources for plants and animals alike. Reversing or redirecting rivers would disrupt the delicate balance of life. The intricate web of interactions between species would be torn apart. Fish migration patterns would be thrown into disarray. Species that rely on specific flow conditions to navigate and reproduce would struggle to survive. Many species of fish depend on rivers to reach their spawning grounds. Without the right conditions, their life cycles would be interrupted. If rivers flowed in the opposite direction, these fish would be unable to reproduce. The stagnation of water would create hostile environments for aquatic life. The distribution of plants and animals would be drastically altered. Native species would struggle to compete with invasive ones that thrive in the new conditions. Species that are adapted to specific flow regimes would be wiped out. The loss of these species would have a cascading effect on the entire ecosystem. Invasive species would thrive in the disrupted ecosystems. They would outcompete native species, leading to a loss of biodiversity. Wetlands and riparian zones would dry up. These areas are crucial for maintaining water quality and providing habitat for a wide range of species. These areas are vital for filtering pollutants, controlling floods, and providing habitat for wildlife. Their loss would lead to increased pollution and more severe flooding. Their disappearance would have far-reaching consequences. The loss of these critical habitats would ripple through the environment, affecting countless species and ecosystems. Section 6. Societal disruption, a world turned upside down. The societal impacts of one-directional rivers would be equally devastating. Human civilizations have developed around rivers for millennia. Altering their flow would upend our way of life. Access to fresh water would be severely limited in many parts of the world. This would lead to widespread water shortages, conflicts over water resources, and mass migrations. Agriculture, which relies heavily on irrigation, would be severely impacted. Food security would be threatened, leading to famine and social unrest. Transportation routes would be disrupted. Rivers have long served as natural highways for trade and transportation. Reversing their flow would render existing infrastructure useless and isolate communities. Section 7. Restoring the balance, a call to action. Thankfully, the scenario of all rivers flowing in one direction is hypothetical. However, it serves as a stark reminder of the importance of rivers and the need to protect them. Human activities have already altered the natural flow of many rivers. Dams, channelization, and pollution have degraded rivers and threatened the services they provide. Restoring rivers to their natural state is crucial for the health of our planet and our well-being. This includes removing dams, restoring floodplains, and reducing pollution. We must act now to protect and restore our rivers. Future generations depend on it. Section 8. Protecting our waterways, a shared responsibility. Protecting rivers is a shared responsibility. Governments, businesses, and individuals all have a role to play. We must work together to ensure that rivers continue to flow freely for generations to come. We can all make a difference by reducing our water consumption, supporting sustainable businesses, and advocating for river protection policies. Let us all be stewards of our rivers. Let us protect these vital waterways for the benefit of all living things. The future of our planet depends on it.